So, when we last left off a few weeks ago, the party had made their way to Castle Ravenloft at the invitation of Strahd, taking with them one Irina Koliana, the young woman from the village of Barovia that Strahd seemed to insist was the latest reincarnation of his long lost love. At least ostensibly to set them up in a relatively consensual and safe relationship. The party brought her to the castle, eventually ending up in the large hall in which Strahd keeps court, so to speak. After a conversation that perhaps exposed some of Strahd's less desirable personality traits, specifically extreme possessiveness, a certain Goliath barbarian decided to take matters into his own hands. And, well, let's not mince words, cleaved Irina in two in one fell swoop. So, as the two halves of Irina slumped down to the ground, Strahd flew into a rage, immediately using magic and his steward, Renan, to launch an assault on the party that it would seem, at least for the moment, they've repelled. Renan lies dead on the floor. Strahd has seemingly escaped the room. And Isaac Strozny, former guard captain of the town of Vallaki, has also flown into a rage, as he might have been crushing on Irina a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean almost as much as Strahd himself. And so he is kind of fighting a losing battle, trying to reach Greg, or Gorgoth, through the interposing casting of Bigby's hand that Ron has called forth to sort of break the two up. So, I guess before we get into that, is there anything else that anyone would like to do before any of that kind of stuff moves forward?
I'm good.
I'm all set.
Yeah, good.
Okay. What's the DC on that pushing through the hand thing?
Let's see. It is a. I have a strength of 26.
Oh, you just straight up have to have a strength of 26.
Or well, no. The hand has a strength of 26. So however you.
Oh, okay. So wait, is it a competing check? Is that how it works?
Let's see.
Like an opposed check?
I'm looking through. It's all one bit giant text box. So
Yeah, I know all the different like varieties of the hand.
Okay. So, hand interposes itself. Hand moves to stay between you and the target, providing you with half cover. They can't move through it if its strength score is less than or equal to the hand strength score.
Well, Strozny is strong, but he's not 26 strong.
That's yeah. So.
Okay. So yeah, he is, I think, just swinging, trying to swing through the hand and connect with Greg, who's kind of enveloped in it.
Yeah.
It's sort of occupying the space that he's in. But to no avail. And I mean, he's not giving up, and I think Greg probably then would sick his hellhounds on Strozny. And so that's going to be a thing. And let me get that character sheet open. One downside to the one downside to playing on my old computer is the processor is not quite as good. It takes a little bit longer to get things going.
Oh, he's not good.
But here we go. So, basically it's a 2-on-1 fight, unless anybody wants to step in. 2 Hellhounds versus Strahd.
I like Strahd. I want to defend him from the Hellhounds.
Yeah, I'm going to unwrap Greg and from the hand. And
Okay.
Instead, I would like to also aid Strasny.
Okay.
I like Greg, but looks like everybody's turning against him, so I'm gonna
yeah,
help out with that.
Yeah. Look out for number 1. You can respect that. Okay. So, I think before all of the other stuff happens, well, first I should reroll some initiative here. So let me do that. And I think all Hellhounds are just going to act on basically the closest thing to an average of the 4 initiative rolls that we'll have for them.
Yay, man.
Yeah, 1 second. Okay. So we'll say the Hellhounds go on like say 14. There's that. I will be with you momentarily.
If we don't kill his hellhound, can Becca and I control his hellhounds?
I don't know. Can
we
you
speak to them too? I don't know.
We get bonus Hellhounds. I think because he summoned them, they'll disappear.
Es posible. Okay. So, I think the 2 Hellhounds will have a chance to like attack Strosny and stuff before you guys all kind of see what's going on, and then let the whole thing, develop from there. So I'm gonna have, let's see, 2 attacks on Strosny. Both of which hit for not a not insignificant amount of damage. You watch as Strosny is nearly bloodied by just these 2 attacks from the Hellhounds. And then Strosny, I guess, is gonna get to swing back on him, and then we'll jump into you guys. So that is roll 20, please. Okay, one of them is hit, and it is also nearly bloodied in the retaliatory strike of Strosny's 2-handed battle axe. So let me get you guys over to the map. Okay. And Dane, you are the first to go. As you see, I think you can glean from what's going on that Ron is beginning to disperse the hand, and basically your allies are quickly turning against Greg.
Am I on the initiative?
Oh, you're not, because you were hiding in the corner. And by hiding in the corner, I mean
you're first.
you were down the stairs. Yeah.
Okay.
So Yoan.
I'm looking, and I'm like, I don't see me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you were
You were
off in the
stealthy.
corner.
You rolled a stealth roll.
Exactly. So
3. So where's Straussney's here?
No, that's Greg.
Oh,
Strasny's
where's
next to him, the blue guy.
here? Okay. 4, 5, 6. I don't know why I need to be here. I don't. I'm gonna stay there. I'm gonna attack this nearest hellhound with
Okay.
Thorn Whip.
okay.
It's a miserable roll.
Badoop. I mean, it hits. Do you want to pull it?
Yep.
Okay. Bloop. Wait for it. There we go. Okay.
Can I pull it to the side of me, like right here?
I'll allow it.
Okay.
See if that'll update. Do.
No.
Nope.
Apparently not.
Hey, it moved.
All right.
Um. Wait, I have a cantrip.
Ooh.
I can cast 2 cantrips, right? On the same turn? Or does
Yeah.
it-
If it's a
Sure.
action bonus
Fuck it.
action.
Yeah. I'm just saying because you can only do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm going to throw a stone at it.
What?
Okay.
So wait, you just conjure a stone and throw it?
No, I'd picked up stones earlier in this battle,
Oh.
but I don't think it's just supposed to do it. Oh yeah, d6 1d6 plus. Yeah.
Is that a ranged attack?
Oh yeah.
So you kind of boned yourself a little bit.
Yeah, that's 10. I mean that's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
But now it's just a normal pebble.
Okay. So the sparkly rock becomes a not sparkly rock as it
Yep.
skitters across the masonry of this throne room. Anything
tried.
else?
No, that's it.
Okay. So Dane, now what I said before still applies.
All right. I want to see if I can talk to the dogs and the hellhounds and make them stop attacking
Okay.
or stop listening to Greg.
Yeah, I mean technically they're not animals, but I'll say go ahead and make an animal handling check. Okay. Hellhound will remember that. But it sort of snorts. You just see the smoke kind of billow out of its nostrils and mouth as it all but ignores you.
Okay. And then I'll order my hellhounds and my my shield guardian to kill Greg.
Okay. Cool. While maintaining a safe distance for yourself, yes.
I think it was still on the wall. I'll come off
Yeah.
the wall. I'll be
Okay.
back on the floor.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
Power hiccups. Okay. Might be a good time for push to talk.
I stopped for a while.
I heard her
All
through
right.
your mic.
Yep. Okay. So, yeah, the Shield Guardian then, already being right up on Greg, is going to make a pair of attacks. Swing 1, which hits. Swing 2, which also hits. 25 points of damage, but it is reduced. You shut up.
Oh, to be married.
Yeah, that's what you have to look forward to. Okay. So, the Shield Guardian, with the axe that it's been provided, swings and carves into Greg twice. He does still take half damage, but it's pretty sizable half damage. All right, which then is going to bring us to the Hellhounds, and I'm gonna roll to see whose Hellhounds go first. So, do. Austin, call high or low.
Low.
Low it is. And so the two Hellhounds at your side circle around so as to kind of hem in your short time companion. And they both get to attack with advantage.
Pack tactics.
Pack tactics. Okay. So that's going to be bite number 1. Misses. Bite number 2. That is close. What is your AC again?
Probably high.
It just hits. Okay. So that then is going to deal 23 halved is 11 points of damage.
See.
To Greg. All right. And then his Hellhounds are going to respond. And I think the way they do that is so the one just north of Strahd on the map is going to breathe fire. And so I gotta make a dex save for Strahd and the Shield Guardian. Strahd fails. Shield Guardian, with its -1 modifier, also fails. So that is 66 fire damage. Which comes out to 10, 16, 20, 26. All right. So Strahd is looking to be what you'd consider bloodied at this point. And I mean, the Shield Guardian looks a little singed, but it's kind of whatever. Yeah. Okay. That's it for the Hellhounds. Which brings us to Dia Gregory. He, I suppose, is going to do his best to remove himself. Oh, I didn't do anything with the other Hellhound. Hold on. Just realized that. So many rolls, all for one thing. The other one tries to bite Yoan because he pissed it off. That's a bite. Not with advantage. Not with advantage is 15 to hit. Nope. Okay. Remember, you're on push to talk.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So it snaps at you, and you feel the heat a little bit, just kind of pulse out of its mouth as it snarls and then recoils back into a sort of defensive posture. Then we get to Greg, who, let's see. I think he is going to he's going to try something a little unconventional. He's going to attempt to shove his way through Strahd, which he does. So basically what that means is Strahd is going to get bumped back. Second while I move things. Okay, Strahd goes over. Come on. Greg does that. Strahd needs to make one more save. Yeah, he is knocked prone. And Greg goes running for the window on the west wall and just barges through. Well, I should make a roll to see if he barges through, actually. He attempts to barge through, and he does with no issue. If the Shield Guardian would like to make an attack of opportunity, or if Dane would like to make an opportunity attack, both of you could do that.
Can I as well?
Yes, because he did start on you. And actually, the other Hellhound can as well. Other Hellhounds. So yeah.
Sure.
Lots of
why not?
hotties. Okay. So who do we got first? Just roll them. Fuck it.
I will draw a dagger and just try to stab him in the side.
If you don't have it drawn, you can't attack with it.
No. Okay.
You want to try and like punch him in the ass?
Yeah, that's fine. What is it? What is it? Just can we just use that roll then? And it's just one damage.
Well, it's 1 plus your strength mod. What's your strength mod?
That is a 0, so it's
okay,
a 1.
Yeah, that's a 1.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
All right. So, yeah, you punch him in the butt,
Yeah.
and one Hellhound snaps at him and connects. The other fucking whiffs, but he does take a little damage from that. Then Dane swings with the longsword, two-handed, connecting. Yes, connecting. Another little chip off of there, and Shield Guardian.
Wait, does Dane have Sentinel, or was that just?
Yeah, he can't keep running.
Yeah, he can't.
Ooh, damn. Okay. So yeah, as soon as he attempts to leave your sphere of influence, which is basically right at the window.
Yeah, he goes to jump out, and Dane smacks him.
Not so fast, motherfucker.
Dane just like stabs through his foot and stabs it into the fucking floor. Just cements him to the ground.
Yeah, and he does take a shot from the Shield Guardian. That also connects. So, a costly maneuver for Greg here. And he just turns and snarls at Dane, and that's it for him.
How high do these windows look?
Like off of ground level?
Yeah.
Well, you're on the second story. So, let's see, actually, if I can move, it'll actually tell me how far down. No, that's how far up to the next one. How far down? We'll say probably like 30 to 40 feet.
Okay.
Yeah. So then it is Strahd turn, and he turns and says, "Not so fast!" He goes running after Greg. this point. It doesn't have to do much. Kind of just turns. He going to make another couple of attacks. One whiffs. The second one just hits. Again, we're chipping away at him, guys. Chipping away. Ron, what do you do?
All right. Well, first of all, I'm gonna move my hand over and like just have it kind of like the master hand style, just kind of make a fist and then just slam the ground next to Greg. And I'm gonna say, Greg, you have one chance to listen. Strahd, we can fix this. You need to drop everything, Greg, that you have and walk. And that's gonna be my turn. I'm gonna hold. If Greg does fucking anything, I am decking him with this fist.
Okay.
But I would like to try to convince him to just drop his shit and walk.
Okay. Understood. Let me get that thing where it belongs. Roll 20, please. Actually, it's more like computer, please, but still. Okay. Roll 20, stop being so resource heavy. Okay. So, yes, he looks at you as you give him this ultimatum, and, well, it remains to be seen what he does.
That's
But
fine.
Rotavio, Octavio takes a step. Well, no, he attacks the Hellhound in front of him. I
That
think that's what
one's
he does.
Greg's, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dane's two are the ones on the bottom right.
Okay, the one's next to me.
Yep.
Okay.
So you can do it. Open the Octavio sheet. Do it.
Do it now.
Okay. 2 attacks with the sword cane. Silvered short sword. Neither of which hit. Octavio is feeling about as useful as usual. Hear him just kind of grumbling under his breath as he swings and misses twice. Yoan, what are you doing? Can you push to talk?
Can you describe to me the layout of this room, like where are the windows and such?
Yes. So let me move this character sheet out of the way. All right. So let me also scroll down to see the entirety of the room. That would help. Okay, so there is a solitary window, which is the one that Greg is currently standing right next to. It is about 20-ish feet wide. And
How
if you had to,
far?
how far from you?
No, how far along the wall?
I don't understand. I said it was 20 feet wide. Does that not answer your question?
Where does it start and end?
Oh, it's basically it's okay. Can you see my ping?
Yeah.
Okay, it starts there and goes down for about 20 feet.
Okay, so Greg's the last pane.
Second to last.
Okay, so that's the window. You see my purple?
Yes.
Okay. That's the window, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Apart from that, no other windows, and you should be able to see doors at least. Yeah.
Yeah, that's here.
Yes, and all other such markings. Yeah.
Yeah. One there, and then 2 stairs.
Yep.
Okay. How dead is Strosny looking?
He is pretty beat up. Like, it's feasible that another round of attacks from Greg and or his minions could down him, but he's not like on death's door.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna hold on to that. I am going to cast old person
Okay. Wisdom save.
on Greg.
Yep. Opening character sheet. Okay. Saving throws. Wisdom. Boom. Ho 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 ho! All right. Well, he is very much held.
Yeah. Okay. He is paralyzed.
That he is. All right. Cool. So he, even though he's already been kind of stopped, and you see the blade like impaling his foot, we'll say, to the floor for the time being. The rest of him just suddenly locks up in place. Dane, what do you do?
I'll try and talk to the hellhounds again.
Okay. Make an animal handling check.
Stupid hellhounds.
Those 8s. Yeah, they're not having it.
Okay. I'll stand here and wait for Greg to do whatever he wants to do.
All right.
Well, Greg's not going to do anything.
Are you, point of order, are you calling off your things? Because they're going to keep trying to kill Greg if you don't.
Oh, yeah, I'll have them wait.
Can they kill the hellhounds?
I'll have them wait.
Okay, so Hellhound by Yoan is going to attack Yoan. That's only a 7 to hit, though.
Surprise there. Nope.
Then the one by Rictavio, I think, is going to keep attacking Strahd. And so that is the wrong character sheet. Snaps at Strahd and just hits. Deals another chunk of damage. Okay, Strahd starting to look kind of rough. The other two sit and wait. Greg is unable to do anything, which brings us to Strahd.
Oh, he can make a wisdom saving throw at the end of its turn.
That's true. Wisdom save.
No, he saves.
All right. Well, he's now able to do things, but not exactly now. And it's at that point that Strahd swings on him. Still in his blind rage. He is not having any of these peace talks. And yeah, yelling and screaming, he swings, bringing his battle axe down on Greg another 2 times. 29 reduced to 14 points of damage. And Greg is looking rough. This is the worst you've seen him looking. But that's all Strahd can inflict for now. All right, Ron, it comes back around to your turn, but Greg, having been paralyzed, he has not responded in any notable way.
But he hasn't tried to leave or do anything either.
He
Correct.
couldn't.
Right.
But would Ron realize that?
No, I wouldn't. He hasn't made any action.
Yeah.
So I'll just say, let's not kill him. I wouldn't want to take the joy or the fun of that away from Strahd himself.
Okay.
And I'll just look to Greg and I'll say, this is your last chance. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to Misty Step here and move the Mage Hand to interposing between essentially or no, sorry. Let's go here. And interposing between me and Strahd. So that Strahd can't so Strahd can't get to Greg.
Okay.
Or I guess if I have to, I can go where the hand is and then just put it between me and Strahd.
Yeah, that'll work. We'll do that. So go ahead and move where the hand is.
Alright.
We can move the hand. Boop, boop. There we go. Cool. All right. Rictavio continues swinging on the Hellhound. 2 swipes with the silvered short sword in his cane. One of them actually hitting this time. Thing again kind of growls and snarls at him. It's kind of slow going, but you know he's done some damage. Yoan.
I am going to throw a pebble at the hellhound in front of me. Throw
Okay.
a stone.
Okay.
11.
Does not hit.
Okay. And I am going to hold my action to see if Greg attacks anyone.
Okay.
Or tries to flee.
All right.
I'm holding a spell.
All right. Which spell?
Wall of Fire.
Hot damn. Okay. All right.
I really want to cast it.
Dane, anything? Or just standing by?
I'm gonna try and talk to the Hellhounds again. I want them to listen to me.
Okay, do it at disadvantage.
Stupid dialogues.
2 8s. It's gonna be 2 8s.
2 8s.
I hope not. 1 second, I hit the wrong button on my computer.
The tension is real.
I'm waiting with bated breath. Oh, it's not 2 8s. Well, it's kind of 2 8s.
2 8.
Good job. It still doesn't seem to be having any of it.
Okay. I want to push Greg out the window.
Okay. So, make a strength check. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
All right, let's see what you got, Greg. It's not gonna be pretty, I don't think. Because, I mean, he has advantage. However, yeah,
How far is it to the ground?
Nope, he didn't get it.
he did not. All right. Yeah. So, Dane, you being fed up with these stupid dogs, just turn and take out your aggression on Greg, and sort of grab him, like open palm up under the armpits, and just like slam him head first somehow. Maybe he's on the wall. He's on the wall. Fuck, I don't know.
I prefer not to be on the window that I'm breaking.
Yeah, somehow, damn it.
The back of his knees.
Fine. You walk over and you grab him around the shins and use him to break out the window and then toss him out of it.
Knock him off balance enough where he just falls out.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. That's a thing that happens, and I think I'm gonna at least make one more check here. See if it's a clean... Oh, okay. So the window crashes, the metal just bending and seemingly like paper just breaking in the way of the massive furry Goliath form that you're throwing out. And you watch as he begins to fall, and you see as he begins to plummet down into the mists. Just before he falls out of sight, you see a hand reach up and clutch onto the head of one of the gargoyles down below.
Great. Okay.
Does this constitute as him fleeing?
No.
Dang
It
He was thrown out a window. That's not fleeing.
I mean, he's gone.
But it's
No
not
wall
my
of fire for you.
choice.
Okay. I'm not. Am I gonna lose this spell if I don't cast it?
I will say no.
Okay.
All right. Anything you'd like to turn and say to your Shield Guardian and Hellhounds?
Kill the stupid things that aren't listening to me.
All right. And so they attempt to do just that. Shield Guardian. Swing and a swing. Hold on. Move.
No.
Move.
No.
There we go. 2 hits. And okay, so first attack comes down and just cuts deep into this hellhound. The second one comes down and there is just like an explosion of charcoal and flame as the thing is nearly cut in two by the second axe blow and sort of collapses before turning to a pile of smoldering ash on the ground. Then Dane's hellhounds get to go first. So we've got Boop and Boop. We'll say both actually get pack tactics because in this case Yoan is fighting on the same side. So attack 1 hits. Attack 2 hits. But they don't deal the fire damage to each other for seemingly obvious reasons. Still a good chunk. If this were a thing that bled blood, it would probably be bloodied. And the the one that's now surrounded, I think, is going to keep doing what it was doing, which is attacking Yoan. And
How
so
rude.
that is a bite. It attempts to do a bite, but it does not do a bite because it does a 10.
Yeah. It's not very good at this.
Yeah. All right. And so you watch as the pale grayish hand latching onto the head of the gargoyle down below tenses, seems to be bracing before it slowly and cautiously recedes down into the rolling mists. Um, Strahd then. Just he's like huffing and puffing, and he's got his axe, like still at the ready, just staring out the now shattered, twisted remnants of the window. Anger still in his eyes, but there's nothing he can do.
Now is he fleeing?
I mean, you can't see him.
Quick, Dane! Shout that he's fleeing! Caw! Caw!
Metagaming pigeon. All right, so Straussny just stands there, and yeah, Ron, what do you do?
I'm gonna move the hand out the window and down to roughly where I saw his hand disappear.
How far can you move the hand?
60 feet.
Okay.
Tell me that he's fleeing.
And I can move the hand and then do something else and then actually attack with the hand if I see somebody, right?
Sorry, say that one more time.
So as a bonus action, I can move and attack with the hand. But can I break that up? Can I move it and then do something else and then attack with it?
Maybe. What do you have in mind?
I'm just gonna put it like as far down into the mist to where I can still see it, and then I'm gonna dimension door to it. And then if
Okay.
I see Greg, I'm gonna punch him.
Okay.
I just want to. I want to be able to find ground first. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna put
yeah,
it down to the
that's fair.
ground, dimension door to it, and then find Greg and use whatever movement I have left with the hand to punch him.
That's fair.
I mean, I guess I could just dimension door down there first, but I figured I'd at least find the ground.
Yeah, I mean, either way, I'm not too hung up on it. It's fine. It's not like game breaking. So, yeah. So the hand goes down, feels around. You go down, look. You find yourself down in the courtyard of the castle. Actually, right in front of the doors through which you entered the place. Probably not more than an hour ago.
Huh.
And looking around, make a perception check. This is probably a disadvantage because it is now quite misty outside.
Alright.
Okay. 15 is not bad. Alright. So cool. You look around and you don't see any signs of life other than the cart, the horse that drew it. Everything else seems to be desolate down here.
Alright, I'll just yell up, I think he ran off! And in that
Must
case...
have been the wind.
Yes. In that case, then, since I'm sitting next to hand, I'm going to have it be interposing, and just kind of have it protect me in case he sneaks up, like, have it behind me.
Okay.
So it's essentially interposing my back, so he can't come up
Gotcha.
behind me.
Gotcha.
Then, and that'll end me.
All right. So, with the, well, not all of the things dispatched, I guess we should at least play out the remaining Hellhound here. So Rotavio comes up, and he's not going to stand on the 2 deep corpse pile, so he kind of goes around and gets next to Yoan, and he's going to attack the Hellhound, and in an exercise in futility, miss both times. Yoan, what are you doing?
I guess I'll attack the hellhound in front of me.
Okay. Ooh. All right.
Is it still alive?
Let me wait for its HP to show up. Yeah, it's still alive.
I'm gonna throw a pebble at it.
Okay.
Oh, that's disadvantage. 13.
No.
Can I use a free action to pick up my pebbles?
Just like reach down between the dog's legs.
I feel like I'm just bomping them off his head and they're just falling back on the floor.
They're just they're not working.
Bad.
It's like Yoan's got a spray bottle.
See, that would be interesting with Hellhounds, because you like spray them and then just.
Yep.
Free steam bath.
Angriest Hellhound ever. I mean,
What happens if I dump a bunch of water on a hellhound?
I don't know. Good question.
Do it.
I can't. I already took my turn.
Well, do it next time.
Okay. I don't know about picking them up.
Oh, okay.
Dane, what are you doing?
I'll just stand here.
Okay. Shield Guardian don't give no fucks about the corpse pile. Thump, thump, squish. Walks
Ooh.
over.
Thump, thump, squish.
And
That's Irina and Renan, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So it's gonna make a couple attacks, try and finish this thing off. Is a 1 and a 2, and both of them hit, and just like the last one, it pretty much carves this thing in half. You watch as fire spews out of its insidey bits before it just kind of disintegrates down to a pile of ash. And then, like, the shield guardian kind of looks down, picks up 1 foot, and just kind of, like, drags it along the floor.
Oh.
I want to have it pick up Renan and tear him into little bits so he doesn't come back.
I'm glad I'm not in the room.
Then throw the bits out the window.
God damn it.
And just like that, Ron, it's raining men.
We
Or
should.
at least one man.
We should probably burn the body.
I don't think it's coming back from that either.
I just imagine the shield guardian opens a jaw and just like shoves the body in, and you just hear like a grinding and chomping, and it just
Fucking wood chipper.
yeah, yes, he just wood chippers and it comes out its ass, and its ass is right by the window. You just hear and it just fucking wood chipper.
I wish that thought didn't exist.
It's a magical wood chipper. I am sorry.
Anyway, there are bits and pieces of Dusk Elf raining down on you.
Been showered by worse.
It's a very rock star thing to say. Anyway, all.
I didn't tell you I saw a hummingbird today.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, it was really important. Have you ever seen a hummingbird
Yes.
in the
Yes,
wild?
yes, I have.
Lots of them.
Okay, so all threats being dispatched, wood chipped, dusted, etc. What do you do now?
Can I step into my Big B's hand and like lift myself back up to the window and climb back in?
Sure.
Okay. I'll say, who threw the frickin' pink mist out the window?
I have something I want to do if we fall out of melee.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to cast Conjure Animals.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Yes. More creatures to manipulate on the battlefield. Yes.
Let's crash it.
I'm going to conjure 8 giant owls and send them out the window to go find Greg.
I
All
want
right.
to conjure 32 weasels to go find Greg.
Fucking ocean of weasels.
I was waiting for that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. As Greg was falling out the window, he like reached into his bag of tricks and just threw a bunch of fur balls back into the room.
I kind of want his bag of tricks.
Turns out all of them turned out to be a giant moose, so there's like 3 giant moose in the room now. All right. Okay. Go owls.
They have a dark vision of 120 feet.
Okay.
Do they have mist vision though?
Is a good question.
I'm just gonna go peck Greg to death.
They can also understand Common, Elvish, and Sylvan,
Okay.
because they're impressive.
Do they understand Cone of Cold?
Do they understand Cone of Cold? Are you killing my owls?
He is definitely
I'm
killing
not.
your owls.
I'm not. I'm right here. I'm not by an owl. Greg, on the other hand, he's by lots of owls.
Okay, do I subconsciously know do I know the location of all my owls so I know where he's killing them from?
I don't think so.
Yoan can at least tell where the owls are. Well, no, I guess not.
No, they're not familiars.
I'm at the window watching, so if I see my owl suddenly die, I'm watching.
Okay. Make a perception check at disadvantage.
My owls? 12.
12?
I love my owls.
I don't think you know what's going on. Like it is the mist outside is as thick as you have ever seen it. Which is even more disconcerting because as you arrive there was just the slightest drizzle going on.
Okay. Well, I will await to hear back from my owl.
Your
Okay.
single owl that has survived.
Anything else anyone would like to do while Yoan is waiting for?
I tell them to report back to me in half an hour.
Okay.
I will. I guess I'll look at Dane and say, "Hey, Dane, can you get the Shield Guardian to carry the remains of Arena outside? Because I can message the abbot."
Leave him here for now.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair
Back and
point.
deal with him later.
Yeah.
I want to take a short rest.
All right. Well, as this conversation is going on, I think you all hear the various doors in the room. Sounds like, well, the one at the far end seems to click as though being locked. The two down at the base of the steps, each flight of steps leading down out of the room to the north, swing shut. And the two closest to you on the east wall slowly creak open.
I'll have my shield guardian run over.
Okay. Let me.
I'm gonna shift an interposing hand over that way too.
Okay.
For however much long it lasts.
All right. So, Shield Guardian runs over and you want it like in the hallway? Like so?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay. Yeah, it kind of like looks left, looks right. Doesn't seem to notice any immediate threats. There is a set of double doors that stand closed in front of it. But yeah, doesn't seem like there's anything, at least immediately, happening.
I want to follow it and have it smash through the next set of doors.
Okay. Let's have it make a check to do that. That is... boom. Okay, this is important. Does it have any kind of advantage on this sort of thing? Doesn't look that way. So, it pounds and pounds at the doors, but they seem to be more formidable than normal doors for whatever reason. And it is seeming to have an issue getting through. But loud banging and swinging and clanging of the axe. There are a few superficial marks and scars on the face of the doors, but by and large, they are quite intact.
Okay. I'll turn the group and just see what we want to do.
I mean, we can always leave through the window, so.
Well, Strahd is probably somewhere around here.
Yeah, if we're here, I'd prefer to go and look for my sword too.
What are the exits available out of this room? Can we go up the stairs? Or are those closed?
You're referring to the stairs to the north?
Yeah.
The stairways themselves are open, but there are doors at the bottom of them that have swung shut.
Okay. So is there anything open besides the window?
The window and the doors to the double doors to the east, where the Shield Guardian is.
But the next doors are closed, so that doesn't matter.
So it would seem.
Okay. I mean, if you want to search, we still have to go out through the window.
Oh, we could go try those doors some more. Or see where those doors lead to.
Around this point, you hear a familiar grinding sound of stone on stone from somewhere in that hallway that the Shield Guardian is standing in. And see here. You do also hear what sound like footfalls. Either like soft shoes or bare feet on the stonework of the castle, just sort of pattering down this hallway.
Towards us or away from us?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, damn it. Ah!
Towards you.
Oh shit.
Scared the shit out of himself with that natural 20.
I'll just say, oh shit, something's coming.
Can you tell how many?
Huh?
Can you tell how many?
No. Something's coming, barefoot. And then I put my hand in front of me.
Okay. So as you do that, and the rest of the group kind of like looks around, I guess, if there's any split-second stuff that you'd like to do in preparation, now's the time.
I'll order my hellhounds to the door as well.
Okay.
The guardian back through onto this side.
Okay.
1 second, let me refocus my contacts.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna summon my 2 hounds.
Of course you are. Why wouldn't you?
Well, you lost 2, so I'm just having a game 2. It should be easy. Okay.
I would like to cast animate objects and animate 120 little rocks.
The castle is a mimic and eats you all.
I'm just kidding.
I'm also gonna pick up 3 stones.
Okay.
That would suck if the castle was a mimic.
Teeth appear all over the walls and just.
The
Well,
runes
yes, I'll
collapse
pick up
on
as
us.
many pebbles as I can.
Okay. I'm going to mark the Yoan's Hellhounds with a green dot. There we go.
The green dot special.
All right. Cool. So then at that point, let me.
I might want to walk that way a little bit as well.
I'll say, can I say, Yoan, you should dispel something.
Yeah, everybody go ahead and situate yourselves as you would within, the ability to move in like a turn, we'll say.
I'm good. Wait, where's the window?
Right behind you.
That
The
whole
purple
purple?
line.
I'm putting my back to this wall. I don't want to be in the fucking window.
Fucking horror movie, something just swoops in and grabs around out the window.
Well, or something charges right through the fucking doorway and right through me and barrels me out the fucking window.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff in the way for that.
You don't know.
Pretty sure
Alright.
he knows.
Alright, so is everybody as situated as they're going to be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mage hand by me. Or arcane hand. Big B's hand.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, gotcha.
Hand.
Uh-huh.
And alright. Cool. So there is pattering, and a few seconds after you all kind of flash react to this, you hear a metallic clanging sound as seemingly a number of metal objects are just cast aside, strewn about the floor in the hallway beyond. And not too long after that, you watch as running along the ceiling enters a trio of pale, red-eyed, fanged humanoids. Not all that unfamiliar at this point. Looks like you have some vampire spawn on your hands. And so they come running. Let's see.
Where's Esmeralda ran off to?
Actually, fair
Should
point.
be useful.
Yeah, she is here. Her token has been invisible because she was invisible when we left off, but that would have worn off by the end of the combat encounter. So, oop. Copy. Get you in here. All right. Hopefully they show up on the map sometime this century. There we go. Cool. So
You say they're on the ceiling?
they are, in fact, on the ceiling.
Is that door open now?
The double doors that lead directly between the hallway and the room you're in are open. You heard a grinding sound from somewhere else in the hallway that none of you have actually laid eyes on yet.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
the doors beyond are not open.
Okay.
And let me get these guys' initiative on here. Come on. All right. Cool. So, starting, I'm not gonna re-roll it. Let's just use the same initiative. Dane, having readied yourself and such. Wait, where the fuck is Yoan? Hold on.
Don't ask me.
Hold on. Roll 20.
Did you lose me?
The struggle is real.
I'm just
No,
at the bottom.
Yeah, you just rolled down. Just bear with me. Realize everything I do is done at like 1 FPS.
I don't believe you. You're at least at 5 FPS.
I don't know about that. Not on roll 20's end, at least. Okay. So Yoan, what do you do?
um, I can see 2 of them. How tall is the ceiling?
In the hallway, it's probably not as tall as this room, so I'd say probably like, I think 10 feet is reasonable.
Okay. I am going to cast Ice Knife. Level 1 on this guy.
Okay. Well, a 12 does not hit. Or wait, yeah, that's a to hit. Okay. Hit or miss, it then explodes, so people need to make saves. Okay. Come on, character sheet. All right. Dex save 1. Dex save 2. Okay, so the one on the spot makes it. The one next to it, however, rolls in that one.
Okay. That
So,
means he takes double damage, right?
Sure. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So, put that down. Okay.
Okay, and so frustrated at the one I missed, I'm gonna throw a pebble at him.
Frustrated. And you miss.
Ah! I need to work on my throwing skills.
All right. Cool. Dane.
I want to go climb up above the door. Take a swing at him.
Okay.
At the one that it's already got hit.
Yeah. I'll put you down here just so we don't get things mixed up on the map. But you are effectively standing above your shield guardian, or thereabouts, we'll say. Okay, 14 and 15. 14 misses, 15 hits.
Or plus 12, those suck.
Yeah, they do. Okay. Slash into it. Seems to take a lessened amount of damage, but still take some damage. Just hisses and uh, snarls at you. Anything else?
Oh, that's it.
Okay. All right. Then at this point, hmm, okay. Yeah. Shield Guardian gets to do stuff. And I assume you're going to have it swat at the things on the ceiling.
Yeah, trying to spot him off.
Okay. Okay. Shield Guardian. Boom. Boom. It hits once. Thunks the same one that's already taken a bit of damage. And again, there's like an impact, and it just seems to like almost lose its grip on the ceiling, but rights itself and stands bearing fangs and uh, just trying to be menacing, basically. All right, Austin,
They want to
Hi-
burn them.
high or low?
Low.
Low it is. You want to burn them, so uh, the hellhounds then crisscross the trajectories of their cones of fire breath, and yeah, so basically, one, two, three. So both of the vampire spawn in the door are going to possibly be hit by both cones. So let me do this. Well, either way, they will be hit. We just have to determine the damage. So 2 dex saves for each of them. One on the bottom fails and succeeds. One on the top succeeds and succeeds. So now we roll 6d6 twice. 6d6. Ooh, first one was kind of garbage. That was 14 on 6d6.
Ew.
Ew.
Second one, slightly better, 16.
What?
All right, so one takes 30. The other one, let's see, what was the order on that? Takes the 22. Okay. Come on. All right. Then Yoan's hellhounds are up.
Can mine enter the hallway and do the same thing?
You just want them to get like directly under the vampire spawn and just.
Well, I don't want to burn the other hellhounds.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm actually asking you though, like, what positioning do you want? Okay. So again, so as to avoid overlap, I'll put them. Whoa, not what I wanted to do. What is happening? Roll 20, please. Okay. Yeah, and so then they both do the thing. More deck saves.
Can I
I
roll my
shouldn't do that.
66?
Sure. Do it twice.
Can I hit both of them with my cones?
Yeah.
Like hit both?
Both with both.
Yeah.
I'll say yeah, because like it's gonna disperse in a direction once it hits the ceiling. So yeah.
Ah.
Oof. I mean, at least that's like average.
Yeah.
Okay, so the bottom one succeeds once, then fails,
Okay. At least it's in that order.
and then the other one does the opposite. So first one, 7 and 18 is 25. Yeah, these things are already looking kind of mangled. These frontliners are. There is still one that's kind of lingering back behind in the hallway. Okay, and then the other one succeeds. And wait, no, it's not the opposite order. It's the same order.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, no, it worked out for you.
I guess we should have asked them if they wanted to talk, but
I mean,
I don't think they wanted to.
I don't think so either.
I don't feel like Dane would have really stopped to ask questions either, given what happened the last time he saw these things.
Do I recognize the one that took my sword?
Make a perception check. Yeah, it's the one in the back.
Okay. We'll kill him too.
Or we can capture him and question him, and then kill him.
We'll see.
See, we shall. Okay, so that was a productive round from the Hellhounds. The vampire spawn then are going to well, I guess if Dane is up on him, they're gonna return the attacks that they've received from that one of them has received from him. So vampire spawn. Okay. So bottom one makes claw attack. 13 does not hit, as far as I know. On Dane.
Nope.
Yeah. Nor does a 14. Yeah.
No. My AC is messed up now, though, for some reason.
Okay. What's your AC supposed to be?
I don't know. It says I have 11 right now.
Well, that's not right.
What kind of armor are you wearing?
Basic for the heavy armor. Not sure which one that is.
Do you have a shield?
No.
See. All right.
16. Okay.
16.
Yep.
All right. Good to know. So nobody's hit you yet. Next attack. That's a 12.
Nope.
And a 19. So on
I
that
guess
last
one
one, you get nicked for 9 points of slashing.
Okay.
And then the other one that you recognize is actually going to come down and begin attacking. Okay, so bearing in mind that Yowen's dogs are actually right under the other vampire spawn, comes down to the floor there on a diagonal and attacks the upper one. And so same deal, 2 more attacks. A 1, which hits, and a 2, which hits. Okay. So, yeah, let me double check. Their AC is 15, right? I think. I don't know why I'm asking you. Yeah. 15. Okay, so yes, both hit. Dealing a bit of damage.
Don't
But
kill my puppies.
my ferocious hell puppies.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool. That's it for the vampires. Rosny is hanging out, still pissed off. Ron, back to the wall, hand in front of you. What are you doing?
How much longer do I have on my hand?
How long does it last?
1 minute.
It's probably gone.
Okay. Well, in that case, I guess I'm gonna kind of go walk back over towards the window and peek out. How far down was it?
To the ground, just judging on how far you've climbed, you're pretty sure it would be somewhere in the 30 to 40 feet range. But you
Yeah.
can't actually see down there because of the mist.
All right, fuck it. I'll just turn back around and just kind of try to peek around the shield guardian and fire 2 eldritch blasts at that one.
Got it. Okay. Pew pew. 1 hits. 2 hit for a total of 4 points of damage. Big 4.
Big 4. So, that's
Alright.
about all I can do.
Okay.
What did Strahd do?
Nothing.
Just
Okay.
was angry.
Yeah. Existed angrily. Rotavio is kind of boxed out anyway, so he's just gonna hang back. Which brings us to Yowen.
Esmeralda just wants to sit and watch.
She's kind of boxed out too, unless you want her to lightning bolt your whole party.
No, but she's not on the turn order.
She should be. Maybe I rolled on her other token. Hold on. Yep. It's invisible. Hold on. Come on. Do the thing. And do. Are you showing up yet? There we go. Should be on. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, Yowen.
I am going to cast Cure Wounds on Strahd.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. And he gets a 9.
Okay.
And I'm gonna throw a stone at the worst looking spawn.
Okay.
I have a +9 to this. I want you to realize I am literally rolling 2s and 3s every time I throw a stone.
That's what I've been rolling for my sword too.
Dark magics of Castle Ravenloft. Yeah, well, 12 doesn't hit, unfortunately. So, okay. Yeah. So, unless you want to move, I guess that's it for Yohan.
Yeah, that's it.
Dane.
I'm gonna take some more swings at him.
Okay. All right, that is 2 hits for some hefty damage. Same one?
Yep.
All right, so first one, slice into it, and you think that the vampire is like about to just like structurally just collapse. You've severed so many like tendons and whatnot. You're amazed it can even maintain any sort of physical presence, but it kind of pulls itself together, turns back to you, and hisses one more time. And you take your longsword and with the second blow, just chop the head clean off, and the decapitated body like just falls down from the ceiling and kind of thuds down to the floor next to one of the hellhounds.
Sounds good. That's it.
Cool. At about that time, once this thing deletes, please delete. Fuck out of here. Stop cluttering up my page. GTFO, por favor. There we go. You feel a cold draft next to you, Dane. And as you look, you see a gaunt spectral form that you only vaguely recognize as Irina, sort of materialize next to you and just propel herself forward, grasping out toward you. And let's see if it hits you. Oh, does it hit you? All right. And so, whoa, hold on. The lag. All right. I need you to make a con save. All right. So.
I think I'm gonna reroll
Oh, okay.
that. That's indomitable.
Okay. So, I just want you guys to appreciate this for a second. So this attack, it does 4d8 plus 3 necrotic damage. I rolled 4d8s. I got 4 8s.
Oh,
Jesus.
be really, really happy you rerolled that.
So you still take let's see. It is, well, yeah, it's the full 4d8 plus 3, but it doesn't come off of your maximum HP too, is the thing. So that's what, 32 plus 3, 35 points of necrotic damage.
Ow.
And as she just lunges toward you and this deep chill kind of settles into your bones, she passes through the other side and just disappears.
What was that for? I didn't even do anything to her.
It is then at that point, once you've seemingly recovered from that. That you hear just the faintest of somethings next to you. As emerging from the wall, like through the brick and mortar, a pale clawed fist just reaches out and swings on you, Dane. That is going to hit you. And you are going to take another 21 points of damage.
They're in the walls.
They're in the goddamn walls. Yeah, they kind of are.
Okay.
Second arm swings out of the wall to strike you as well, but misses.
I'm gonna start running for the window.
From the window to the wall.
Fly. Can't fly though.
Okay, well we'll get to that because that was.
Well, you can move, right? Or no, it's not his turn anymore.
Yeah, it's not his turn.
Yeah, it's no longer my turn.
There's the thing that he can't see that's currently having its turn. Yeah, but that's it for that thing's turn, which then brings us to the Shield Guardian, which is going to keep trying to clean off the ceiling. So, Shield Guardian, go. Oh, that's 2 misses. All right. Hellhounds. First up are Danes. And let's see if they re-roll or regain their fire breath. First one does not. Second one does not. They are both flameless at the moment.
Okay. That one's on the ground though, right?
The one vampire spawn?
Yeah.
Yes, the uppermost one, the one that stole your sword.
They want to
is,
go bite that one.
Okay.
Or whatever they can do to it.
Yeah, that's the thing that can happen. So they
Sit on it and cook it.
yeah, they swarm in, kind of weaving around the other hellhounds. So that there's a pack of hellhounds now crammed into this hallway.
I see no problem with this.
And
It is a huddle of puppies.
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 Yeah. So first bite with advantage hits. Second bite with advantage does not hit. Still deals a good bit of damage though. Come on. Roll 20. What are you doing? You're drunk.
And on a Sunday night.
Okay. What do the other hellhounds do? I will roll to see if they regain their stuff.
Yeah.
First does not. Second does not.
Same as the first ones. Go munchy munchy.
Okay. Yeah, and so they just fully surround this one vampire spawn at this point. Well, not fully. Almost fully. And another couple of attacks with advantage because of pack tactics. First just hits. Second definitely hits. 12, 16, that's 28 points of damage.
Woo.
yeah, this thing is it's not like on death's door yet, but it's being torn up pretty badly. It is then their turn, and so all right. I think they're just gonna keep doing what they do. They're kind of just throwing themselves at you guys. Point. So the one that's still up on the ceiling is going to swing on Dane. And that is... First one is a 10, so nope. Second one is a 9, so nope. Then the one on the ground is... going to... it's going to run up the wall, provoking a lot of opportunity attacks. 2, 1 hits, 2 hit, 3 of the 4 hit.
Ooh.
And as it turns and tries to scramble up the wall, presumably to mount another offensive against Dane, the Hellhounds just snatch it, like basically tackle the thing to the ground, rip it down off the wall, and just dismember it.
Good puppies.
And such is the fate of the vampire spawn that stole the Sun Sword.
We wanted to talk to that one.
Well, it's a
Well,
little late now.
it happens when you release the hounds. That's it. Strahd standing there, still dumbfounded. Ron.
I'm standing there looking equally dumbfounded.
All right.
There's nothing threatening left, is there?
Yeah, the things are still on the ceiling.
There is one remaining vampire spawn.
Oh, there is one. Okay, I didn't see that there. It's just really dark on my screen.
It is also kind of a clusterfuck in that hallway, so I can't say I blame you.
Alright, well, I will, I guess, walk over and try to find a way to get a shot at him. And I am going to throw 2 more Eldritch Blasts. But I am going to use my Spell Sniper, which adds, I think it's adds 5. Or no, never mind, that's a different thing. Never mind, Spell Sniper just allows me to avoid cover. So,
Okay.
Eldritch Blast on the last one.
Okay. Both of those hit. Both of those deal some damage. And how many HP does this one have left? Okay, it is still standing,
Okay.
but not looking good.
Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of stand over here by Octavio after that.
Okay. That being the case, Esmeralda's going to burn the one attack she can make in this fight without moving everybody out of the way. Runs up to get a decent angle and is going to throw her +1 hand axe and hope that she can end this. So many character sheets. Okay. +1 hand axe. Hits. And... Ooh. How many? Okay. So Esmeralda just like jogs up, pulls the hand axe from her belt, and just hurls it end over end up toward the vampire spawn on the ceiling, and it like embeds in the side of its face and just collapses down to the ground. And now all the threats have been eliminated. And you see now those of you... Well, actually, is So, Dane, you'd see two things. Dead ahead, the double doors that had been closed and locked in front of you click and swing open. In the meantime, to your left, beyond what looks like the scattered remnants of a suit of armor, you can see a stone panel sliding upward as though to cover up a hidden passage.
Okay.
So, we are out of combat. What do you guys want to do?
How long has it been since I've sent out my owls?
Probably not more than like 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay. I want to start my short rest.
Okay.
I'm just kind of looking out the window, seeing if I see Greg.
Okay. And anything in particular from Dane?
I'm gonna mutter something about the stuff in the walls. Go
What?
sit.
See what the fuck was up with that?
Mm-hmm.
What about the walls, Dane?
There's something in them that hurt.
Quite a bit.
Mean ghost as well. Go see if Octavio can patch me up a little bit sometime. Or
Okay.
do some healing.
All right. So, let me clear this stuff up. Get those vamps spawning out of there. Please? Please go away. All right. And so, yeah, Dane, you go and like check out the wall, try to figure out what's going on there, and yeah, make an investigation check. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to say what's going on there. The wall, like on the other side, feels a bit cold. But other than that, you don't see any like remnants of anything. You're probably not sure what you would exactly expect to find if you were looking for the source of a ghost attack through the wall, but if there's something to be found, you're pretty sure you didn't find it.
Okay. I want to have my shield guardian try and knock that section off.
Okay.
And I want to help it out as well. Have it help me. However,
Okay.
we're going to remove that section of wall.
Gotcha. So let me make a check. What's your strength, Dane?
27.
Okay, how about you go ahead and make a strength check with advantage? All right. So yeah, you spend the time. Well, let's see, because I think there's a certain sequence of events that happens here. Um. So you summon the shield guardian over, and you begin chipping away at the wall, taking out large chunks. Like it's as far as breaking down stone walls goes, it's pretty quick and easy work. However, you don't get all the way through that before you hear from down the hall that has been revealed by the opening of this new set of double doors. The familiar voice of Strahd saying, "Friends, come, join me in the sanctuary." You look down and you do see him kind of silhouetted against what looks like another set of double doors. Actually, you recognize these double doors as the ones that you and Yoan had peeked through in your time um, back in the chapel at the back end of the castle.
Okay.
I guess I'll shout out and say, don't you want us to get Irina patched up first?
There's a gust of wind that seems to just blast down the hall as he uh, immediately goes from calm, cool, and collected and just says, "Come to me." He's not casting a spell. He's just being pissed.
Alright. I'll look around at everybody else and just kind of stay to the back of the pack.
Is anyone going, or are you going to hang back?
I don't know.
I will go, flanked by my hellhounds.
Yeah. I'll go as soon as they get their fire breath back. However long that takes them.
Okay.
I'm gonna hide behind the shield guardian.
Okay. So, what is the marching order for this fucking clusterfuck that we've got going on here? Sounds like Yoan was probably going first.
I'm gonna let my hellhounds go in front of me. And my shield guardian as well.
Alright, I'm behind Dane
Okay. Moving the things. Oop. Oh. Hold on there, Dane.
I'm sorry.
He says going in front of you?
Yeah, I want him in front of me.
Yeah, then go ahead and just back up one spot.
Yep. And my 2 hellhounds up in front of it.
Okay. So we just got a line of hellhounds. A wave of them coming down the hall.
Mine are
And-
next to me.
I want to remind Yoan that she may not want to stand in front of this big group of hellhounds.
Mine are next to me.
Come on. Okay. Then go ahead, Ron, situate yourself.
Oh, we're okay. Here.
Okay. Cool. And I guess the others are gonna kind of fill in the back ranks. So
Like, both my hellhounds moved up so they're not behind Yoan to get burned if Yoan doesn't mind.
Yep, that I would appreciate not being burnt.
okay.
So we have
I mean,
a
they
wave of
could split to
hellhounds.
either. They could split to either side, and you put your shield guardian in the middle.
Then I gotta be closer to the front.
Okay. So, as you form up and begin to venture down the hallway. As soon as you made your way fully inside, the door behind you slams shut. And the silhouetted form of Strahd steps backward through the still closed double doors at the far end of the hallway, seemingly just passing through as though they were nothing. There's an uneasy wait as perhaps you look around thinking you've been led into a trap, but a few seconds later, the door in front of you clicks and swings open. And you see in front of you a familiar sight, more so to some of you than others. You are back overlooking the chapel from the balcony upon which sit a pair of weathered wooden seats. And upon first glance, just through the door, from the hallway itself, you can't really see much other than the dusty old chapel beyond. There doesn't seem to be any waiting foe or threat or anything of that sort. You push forward a bit, looking around. You reach like about the point of the threshold, and I just assume you're being cautious at this point, given the circumstances.
Yeah.
Look in, do your best to scope things out. I'd like everybody to make a perception check.
23.
There you go. Okay. So, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Yoan being in the lead, you look around, kind of size things up. You don't see any humanoids, especially Strahd. But looking about, there are what look like a swarm. Is swarm the right word for a group of bats?
I think so.
There's a large group of bats.
Might be coven. You might have a coven of bat.
But anyway, bats. There are many of them hanging from the high ceilings in this room. You don't remember having seen them here before. But other than that, the place is desolate.
Colony.
Colony. Okay.
Where were the bats at?
Hanging from the vaulted ceilings of the chapel.
How far away is that?
Let's see. That would probably be another 30 feet from where you are.
Okay.
Do the bats look like they're gonna harm us?
They're just hanging there doing bat stuff.
Okay. But they weren't there before.
You don't remember seeing them there before.
What time of day is it?
Let's see. It is like later afternoon.
Okay.
Although it's worth noting that the light from the outside is very much muted.
Okay.
The mists having really thickened around the castle as events have transpired.
I want to ask Strahd why there's so many bats on the ceiling and where did they come from?
All right. Okay. Let's see here. Come on. Okay. Bear with me here. Things are being like super fucking slow.
We're walking down the hall. I want to use.
You want to use what?
Second wind.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Ah,
All right. Okay. Oh, well that explains it. Things are just not showing up all the way. See if popping this out will fix anything. It's like I could have sworn there was another like full page of information that I had here. Yeah, I just decided to not show up in the one display. So anyway, okay, you continue down the hallway. Ask Strahd why there are so many bats here, and
Like, why weren't they here? Where did they come from?
Yeah.
Because they weren't here earlier.
yeah. Okay, and so then seemingly emerging from the floor down below, and you see Strahd almost like stair step his way just up through the stones of the platform at the front of the church. And he says, "They, like the many beasts of this land, serve me. They bow to my whims." Long pause. And he says, "What happened to your oafish friend?"
We threw him out the window.
Did you know?
Well, more like pushed, but yeah.
And why would you do such a thing?
Because he kept trying to kill people.
He's a dick. He killed Irina. That's not at all what we wanted.
And what did you want? Coming into my home, accepting my hospitality.
Things to go peacefully.
Long have I reigned over this land, and rare is the time that anything goes peacefully. In a former life, I was a general. I served my family, my home. I led wave after wave of troops into the valleys of Barovia and claimed it as my own, in my own name and that of my family. I fought for dominion over everything that lies within the mists. Why am I denied the one most precious thing that I seek time and time again?
I believe we can still fix this. I believe that we can bring her back.
And how do you propose we do that?
Allow myself and a few others to take Irina back to the Abbey and have a word with the abbot. And then we shall bring her back whole and alive. In return, if you so would like, or would so choose, the rest could probably go hunt down our missing party member for you. Obviously, I know you would want to see him taken down yourself. I would assume. But they could at least locate him and let you know. Unless you already have located him, in which case we could all go dispatch him.
I know where he is.
And we would do this as a gesture of good faith to you, just to show you that we didn't plan any of that. He acted of his own free will and has doomed himself for that.
I've heard of this abbot. I've heard of the so-called miracles that he does in the name of his morning lord. And I've heard that those who return from the grave, they do not come back whole.
He seems to have patched Renan up pretty well.
And what would you know about that?
You've seen him twice, once before and once after.
He gives you this look, kind of squints at you and says, "For a servant such as Renan, it was a suitable way of extending his utility. For my Tatiana, that will not do. And so it would seem, thanks to you and your foolhardy companion, I wait. Decades, if not centuries, before I get the opportunity to reunite once again with my Tatiana. What do you have to say that will stay my hand?
I can't undo what has been done. As far as I know, the only person who has that kind of power is the abbot and potentially yourself. However, anything that we can do to try to make this bad situation into a better situation for you, I personally am willing to do. If it means hunting down our missing member and killing him, so be it. We will do that. I wish I had had the power to stop him when he did that. Unfortunately, he surprised all of us with that action.
I know where he is. I know every step that he takes. And I know that he will remain here, as he is powerless to do otherwise, unless I myself give him leave. Death will not end his suffering. Not one, not two, not 10 lifetimes. He will live and die and decompose 100 times over here in Barovia, and each of those times I will find a new and creative way to torture him and punish him for what he has done to me. Your fleeting retaliation means nothing to me. Your haphazard, partial resurrections mean nothing to me, nor do the flesh atrocities that man in Kresk would try to pass off as a suitable wife for me. Why should you all not face the same fate as the one who took her from me yet again?
I feel I could be better useful to you alive than dead. I have a certain way with words, as do you. But it would save you from having to be there in person to make sure the job gets done. Plus, I've already been established outside of this place. So, all I would have to do is show up, and I could convince many a people to come to this quaint little town called Barovia should you so wish to have some more company. And I could bring you new and fun people for a while. Potentially longer, and I'll toss a wink his way. Nothing like untoward, just, you know.
Yeah, no, I understand. He says, well, that's one of you that's presented an argument. What say the rest of you?
I would be willing to help you conquer land so you can expand your.
You're cutting out.
I would be willing to help you conquer new lands so that you can expand your dominion.
Another man of war, I see. And what of you, half-orc?
Mm. I'm just shrug. Like, well, I don't particularly feel like dying today. So,
And so what would you do to make your continued existence worthwhile?
help out these two actually fulfill their plans.
Yoan is a pretty good manager.
All right. So, I would like. I mean, I feel like I know who's going to make the check, but amongst the group of you, one of you can make the check with advantage. This is a persuasion roll.
Oh boy. I guess I should do it.
Not me.
Yeah, you do it.
Okay. Here we go. What was that actual roll? Yeah, it's fine. I'll stick with that one.
You sure? Sure you don't want to pad that a little more?
I was debating about it, but nah, I'm good. I think I'm good.
Okay. He says, I have recently had a job open up in my court, as you may have noticed. It seemed Renan was ineffective at best at both maintaining my estate and fending off any would-be troublemakers. If this half-orc is half the organizational master that you make him out to be, perhaps he would be of use to me as a steward.
He did keep the rest of us pretty much alive and make sure that we didn't fall to our death. At least a few times each. I look kind of to Dane, kind of for confirmation.
Fell to my death almost more than I'd like.
So, I would say Yoan may be perfect for something of that nature.
And with the loss, the werewolves of the Svalak woods, I find myself wanting for a suitable army, one that meets my exacting standards. Dwarf, would you find yourself capable of assembling and maintaining such an order of troops?
Sounds like a good job for me.
He nods. His gaze drifts over to Ron. And you, Ron. We've already spoken at some length. Several weeks ago now. If I recall, it was one of your first evenings in Barovia. We had discussed plans then.
I did
If
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
if you would be amenable to expanding and extending the scope of those plans, much as you described mere moments ago, finding me more playthings.
Be like taking candy from a dwarf. Or a sword from a dwarf, rather. And with that, I'll take a half a step away from Dane. Just, but yes, I could easily do that. Obviously, as you may know, we have all been gone for at least a bit of time. I haven't been able to figure out how much time, but it may take me a little bit of time to get reestablished and, contacts made, but rest assured, I assure you on my soul that should you let me leave, I will come back. I will bring more for you to play with or otherwise as you direct.
So, about this point, I think you hear, not frantically or frenzied at this point, but just sort of filing in behind you through the now once again open doors of the hallway. Another dozen or so vampire spawn. They don't seem outwardly hostile, but they certainly form something of a barrier between you and any sort of exit. Strahd then says, "And what of your followers? What of the rogue Vistana? The holy man? And the drunken failure of a guard captain?"
Looks like we need to dispose of them.
I look over at Dane in shock. I'll just say, well, have you not been, have they not been at least entertaining for you in the time that they've been around? Granted, they may rub you the wrong way, they may be out to hurt you or cause harm to you, but ultimately, what have they done other than give you a little bit of excitement in an otherwise dreary and relatively boring land? I say, from my eyes, at least, as you yourself have said, Strahd, their lives are meaningless. At least in your eyes. They can die 1,000 times and come back. Why kill them now? Let them live out. Let them, allow them to continue existing. They won't be able to put up any type of resistance to you. Not on their own, at least. And, I mean, the worst that happens is you get to kill them and have a little bit of fun. But, there's fun in the chase as well.
Make a persuasion check.
Yep, that's fine. You know what? Just because I'm going to pad the fuck out of that, I'm popping my last luck. I'm going to try to see if I can... Yeah, you go with the 34.
Alright. He says, perhaps you're right. They won't die today. At least not all of them. And they will all see tomorrow in their own ways.
I'll just kind of nod my head.
He at this point just seems to almost instantaneously move from the altar to the balcony, standing not too far away from you now, about 15-20 feet. He cranes his head past you, past your followers, and to the mob of vampire spawn that have filed in behind all of you. Looks to them, and then, seemingly inclusive of Dane and Yoan, he says, "Bring the good captain and my old friend Rudolph down to the dungeons. Bring the Vistana to me." Almost instantaneously, two of the vampire spawn, well, 4 of them total, 2 of them each person, kind of come up and grab the 3 of them by the arms. The 2 men, Ezek and, well, as you know him, Rictavio, but as you do remember, his name is
Rudolph
van Richten.
Yep.
They are summarily swept up, struggling, but easily overwhelmed by the sheer volume of assailants, and dragged off down the hallway, around the corner, and you hear that same sliding of stone and the clattering of a few stray bits of armor as they are carried off down into the depths of some as yet unknown part of Castle Ravenloft.
Just before Octavio gets out of, eyesight, I would like to just subtly message him and say, I'm sorry. I'll do what I can to help you. And that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
And I will try to meet his gaze and look him in the eyes when I say that. And I will have like the most serious face he's ever seen. Like just the most serious, sincere, like you don't even need an insight check. I'm painting it on my face for him.
But are you painting the truth? Is the question.
Well, it looks like I'm being truthful regardless. So,
um. Okay.
I mean, you could do an insight check if you
We
want.
might need to resolve some stuff behind the scenes, but
That's-
we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, Esmeralda then is picked up, disarmed, and basically hauled up and not thrown down, as that would sort of release the grasp on her, but just sort of held in front of Strahd. And he sort of just looks at her and says, "So, you're the one that dear Rudolph found so special." I must say, I don't see it. But in the new life I have planned for you, you will be quite useful. A daily reminder to him as he wastes away in his cell of exactly how he failed to save not only you, those that came before you. I don't suppose he ever told you the stories of his son, Erasmus. But then again, I don't suppose it matters. He steps forward, closes the distance, again, seeming to just materialize right in front of her. And with her held in place, you see him kind of bare his fangs. They seem to almost grow a little bit as he sinks his teeth into her neck. And it is a long, drawn out process.
He did this without Rictavio there, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Rictavio's already been swept off. But assuming no interference, he just seems to drain her right there. And as she goes limp, he looks to the other vampire spawn that are still kind of standing behind the lot of you and says, "Ready one of the empty crypts. We'll have a new one tonight." And they nod and head off down the hallway. Is there anything specific you guys would like to do, say, anything as this happens?
Did she ever, like, was she screaming for help at all, or did she just accept it?
In the words of a certain character, her eyes never closed.
Okay. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna. If I have any, I'm gonna be checking my pockets. If I have a spare joint, I'm gonna pull it out and just,
I'm gonna stand there impassively.
Same.
Passively. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily looking at anything. I'm just kind of zoning out, just in my own world.
Okay. And so, I guess this is the part where I ask: is anybody less than sincere in the promises they've made to Strahd?
Nope, everything I said to a word is 100% true.
Yep,
Actually, everything
same.
I've said since this episode has started,
Okay.
pretty much.
I mean,
Yep,
I
nope,
don't
I'm
feel like
fine
dying
joining
today,
him.
so
What was that, Becca?
I don't feel like dying today.
Okay. And so, I suppose that's where we roll to the credits scene and have a sort of epilogue of sorts. So, as this conflict comes to a close and this chapter in the long running story, The Lands of Barovia, comes to a close, it ultimately doesn't amount to much more than a changing of the guard. Renan, whose name you learn was actually Rahadin, replaced more or less by Yoan, who serves as steward of Castle Ravenloft and Barovia proper. He is sort of installed as not only the one responsible for maintaining the castle and the estate, but also serves as a sort of go-between for Strahd and the various burgomasters and other community leaders across the land of Barovia. Dane essentially becomes the first member of an organized military force representing Strahd and his interests in the land of Barovia, raising a small army from supernatural creatures and the occasional rough cut mortal from the towns scattered about the land. He leads marches out from the demiplane of Barovia to neighboring domains of dread, other areas that have been locked away in an area known as the Shadowfell, and wages what seems like an eternal war, bringing back a number of prisoners, hostages, victims for Strahd to toy with. And Ron, well, we may get to see a bit of that later on. But suffice it to say, he does his job to the best of his ability.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Ron is 100% truthful.
And I don't want to spell too much out, as there is, as we've discussed, a possibility of Ron showing up in
Oh, definitely now.
campaign.
There is a 100% possibility of Ron
So we'll
showing
let that
up.
story write itself.
Yes, I have plans. So
But so every day, as he wastes away in a cell in the depths of Castle Ravenloft, Rudolf van Richten is haunted by the pale, fanged mockery of what was once his protege, Esmeralda. Once a day, she's the one to bring him a meager ration. Strozny, well, he's not what one would call a docile prisoner. After nearly killing a couple of the assorted groundskeepers and housekeepers and such that occasionally make their way through even the dungeons of the castle, he was eventually just locked away in one of the crypts down in the deepest reaches of the castle, never to be heard from again. So ends this version of The Curse of Strahd. As if things couldn't get more depressing.
right. Well, that's the end.
That's the end.
Any last minute comments from anybody?
I want to convince Dane to go and kidnap my father so that he can be tortured.
Okay.
Well, wouldn't it be more talking to me on that one since I'm venturing out?
But
Dane's
you
just
need
pressing.
an army.
He's pressing the Shadowfell though.
Well, take me with you one of these
I-
times.
Yeah. You're not going to be able to by yourself.
Okay.
I'll go with you one of these times and drag him back.
Well, I will say I personally talked to Strahd and, put forth a plan of, hey, I have to go back, get established, and, in order to bring followers back, I have to, get my name back
Have
out
followers.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's going to take me a little bit. I will, and I just say I will come back. I will stay in touch, but I do need to, take some time, spread my name out there, and then I will come back.
Okay.
I know how to manage things.
All right.
I can kill stuff. That's
All right. Well, so ends Strahd. Well, the Curse of Strahd, rather.